Continuing with data management and formatting of spreadsheeting. Works on Excel and Google Sheets. Highlight 5 or 6 students. Take the first 6 tests. Let's pretend that we want to analyze these. Control or Option C to copy. Open up a new sheet. Paste the results, Control or Command V. The columns are wider than they need to be here. Highlight one column and then Shift and just move the arrow to the right or move your mouse and highlight all of them. Pick any column you want and notice the little arrow there. As you slide it to the left, it will reformat all of these narrow. Again, highlight one column, select an arrow, and you can adjust them. I'd like to find the overall class average of the data here. Function, average, select all of the raw data, and enter. I would now like to compare that class average for those tests for each individual student. Function, average for student number 1. In the bottom corner of that cell, drag it down, and now I can see the overall average of each student. I don't like them formatted that way, so this 1, 2, 3 button becomes a friend of yours for formatting to integers, decimals, dollars, percents, dates, etc. I'm going to go decimals to 2 places here. I only want to look at those students who scored below the class average of 155. In order to do that, I am going to highlight just my raw data, data, sort range, and I'm going to sort on column I because column I represents the averages. And now I have them in ascending order. I can see that the students above 155 are not of concern to me, so I am going to take and highlight the 4 rows of those students. Right-click or Control-click on a Mac, and I'm going to delete those rows because they're not relevant. I only want to study those students who are below the class average. I really only want to look how they're doing on the last 4 tests, not these 2. So I'm going to highlight these 2, and I'm pretending here, and I'm going to just delete those columns because I only want to look at their last 4 scores to see how they're doing of recent. And these are tests 7, 8, 9, and 10, just their last 4 tests. I'm going to highlight just the row headings and column headings so that I can chart this. It's imperative that you grab just a single set of row headings and a single set of column headings and the raw data. This will ensure that our charts work perfectly. The chart function is right over here. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to use rows 1 and column B. That will automatically give me the information I need so that my graphs include column headings and row headings. I'm going to go into Customize and I'm going to put a chart title of a relevant title. You would do something more appropriate than that. I'm going to go to the axis and represent those numbers which are currently undefined, and they are test scores. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the types of charts I have available and select a line chart. When I select a line chart, this will give me trends. I don't really want to look at Charlie for each individual test, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, in my charts, switch the rows and columns. And by doing that, it's going to put my tests along the bottom. And the reason that that becomes important is because now I can take a look at Charlie and see how he's doing, or Queen and see how she's doing, or Kathleen, and I can see if their scores are going up or down. So that's charting in spreadsheets.